guys, I just finished my first fight here. It was with a Korean black belt, super tough, well-known in Asia, especially in Korea. It was a huge honor for me to share the match with someone like him. He's like one of the top competitors in Korea, in Asia. You know, nothing like having someone like him for my first match, the Asian Championship, right? I was able to finish with a triangle from the collar sleeve guard, and now I'm on to the second match.
I believe first time I saw Andy competing was, if I'm not wrong, like no-gi worlds when he was a juvenile, and gi worlds when he was also a juvenile. He always had this like cool jiu-jitsu to watch, so I remember watching him already even at a young age. We had a in-house tournament at Atos, and like we were in San Diego, right? And he was in San Francisco at that time. He was young, and I remember he took a bus. He went all the way there by himself, and then he fought there. When we saw him competing like from close on our own mats in an in-house tournament.
And he went to the finals, and then he lost the finals by ref decision. And I remember he's like, "Professor, I think I won the fight, this and that," you know. But he didn't belong to our team back then. And then after that, he showed up at the gym a few months later as a purple belt. We became pretty much like Andy's parents in the United States, you know, because
we had this connection to put us closer because he was being away from the family, and his parents always in touch with me, you know, like it kind of gave me a sense of, I'd say like motherhood. I'd say like I don't want to use this word because he has a mom, you know, but like in like this is the type of relationship like I had with him.
When I was here in Japan training, like as a blue belt, even as a kid collar belt, I used to train with him. We used to share the mats. I believe we had even a time when I was a green belt and he was already a blue belt. So he was actually a higher belt than me. You know, and a few years later, like 10 years later, you know, I'm sharing the mats with him, huge honor. I respect him and his family so much, and you know, it's sad that we have to fight, but it is what it is. I got the submission, on to my third match now.
me and Angelica, we used to talk and then like saying like, imagine like Andy moved to the United States by himself with like 16 years old. And then he came to Atos with 17 years old. And then we used to look to our daughter like, she's still like a baby, she's still a kid. And I was like, wow, Andy made all of this by himself, right? Without the parents, far from his parents. It amazed me because he was so mature for his age, but also at the same time, like he was super polite, very polite. Seeing his growing like throughout the years, from purple all the way to black belt, makes me really, really proud. Not only me, but Angelica as well. We are super proud of Andy for all his achievements. And he's a guy that pretty much trained all year. He's a samurai.
Tough opponent. I was able to get to a good passing position, sweep, get to a good passing position. Then I had like, he was trying to go like deep half. And I had the underhook on his arm. I was able to attack the arm. I fell on bottom given the position, giving up the top position, but I had a choi bar already, and I was able to finish with a choi bar. I'm on to the final. I'm excited to do my best to showcase a beautiful jiu-jitsu. Now, growing up as a kid, I looked up to the Souza brothers so much, especially Roberto Satoshi. Like, I was a huge fan of him. I remember I had even a calendar with his picture in my room. You know, I was that much fun. You know, as a kid, when I was training jiu-jitsu here in Japan, he was my hero. And now, like years later, to be able to share the mat with one of them from his family, it's a pleasure. It will be an honor. The guy that I was looking up to was Satoshi Souza, right? And today being able to share the mat with one of his brothers, his family member, doing the finals of the Asian Championship, it's amazing. It was an honor for me to share the mat with him.
He won all fights by submission. Amazing performance. Now, I told him, if we fight the open class, I'll pay in ice cream.
E desde juvenil tem esses fãs assim, desde azul, desde roxa, desde marrom. E como ele vem pouco pro Japão, aí quando ele vem é sempre isso aqui. Todo mundo quer tirar foto com ele, quer ter uma assinatura dele.
Honestly, if I tell you guys will laugh. After the division, you know, I was already like, okay, job is done, right? Job's finished. Time to eat. Time to like take pictures with the fans and this and that to go eat.
He didn't know he would compete. I registered him without him know. Like I didn't tell him that I would register him as to fight the open class today. So I came up to him and said how he feels. Like, oh, I don't know, my back is hurting, you know. I think I'm done, you know, I couldn't sleep, I'm on jet lag. And I said, okay, do you think you could put your name there and see, like maybe when they call the open class, you'll feel ready, right? It's like, oh, do you think I should do it? I say, yes, why not? You know, like you should do it. Okay, I'll do it. I say, no, I already did. I take the paper from my pocket and I gave to him, like, oh my God, Professor, you're crazy.
Boom. He showed me the ticket, he signed me up for the open class. And in the beginning, I kind of hesitated, right? I was like, no way, you really put my name in the open class. What if I don't show up? Like, what if I just don't feel like competing, you know? Because I'm tired, this and that. And he was like, no, you're competing.
Because I knew his potential. I said, Andy, this is your hometown, I would say, right? This is the place you were born. There's a lot of history here. You have family here. So let's go back home with the double gold and you can do it. Okay, Professor, I'll do it.
You know, so I'm really grateful that Professor signed me up for the open class. And sometimes we need, people that keeps you accountable, right? Like they hold you and they they guide you somehow, right? Like professor is my mentor, and I really trust what he says. And I was like even telling him, okay, I think I need to be more coachable, because you're telling me to do, I'm telling you I don't feel like doing, but you're telling me to do, you know. And sometimes I feel like we seek guidance and we seek people like telling you what to do or like showing you the direction, but when they really show you it, you feel you don't want to follow the path, you know, or you don't want to go and do the work.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I am Andy's assistant in the kids class. So basically, we're like this, okay? So I was coaching him, and everything I was saying it in my head. But because he was doing it so well, all I said was go, 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 and he went.
Yeah, so far I had 4 matches. Yeah, so so many matches in the day already with the division, the open class. I'm kind of like, I'm just like, okay, one more match. You know, that's how I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm in the finals. I had 4 matches in open class, 4 submission, and I just finished my semi-final against a big dude, really strong. But I was able to display my technique and get the submission. Yeah, I'm grateful that Professor signed me up, and I'm here in one more final. I got one more match today, and hopefully last one of the day. But my last time when I did the Asian Open, I believe it was like 2016, juvenile blue belt, we also did the final of the open class. And it's like 9 years later, almost 10 years later, we're here doing the final of the open class again at Asian Open. He's someone that I admire a lot. I think with this time included, we've fought maybe 16, 17 times.
For once, I thought that I would never be here again, you know? And that was very hard for me, hard for my family. So I'm just very happy to be here, you know? Man, this guy, he has a very special place on my heart, you know? This guy, he's my big friend. He's a brother. Every time he wins, I'm so happy as I win, and when he loses, it hits me like I lost, you know?
I couldn't choose a better opponent to do the open class final. So I'm really happy I was able to share with him. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Thank you guys.
I believe we're gonna bring more and more fighters. This is gonna motivate our athletes from Atos to be here more and more times to to make this tournament. I would say one of the biggest tournament in Asia. I believe it's gonna be like the biggest in Asia, just like Europeans. It's so big in Europe right now. I remember back in the day. So it's just the beginning, okay? So can't wait to have Andy back here, and I can't wait also to bring more students here, okay?